Hi everyone! In this video we're going to discuss what CI looks like without feature flags, how they can improve it, and what you need to know when you add them to the mix. So let's get started. Continuous integration and feature flags looks like a match made in heaven. Integrating code regularly combined with the ability to isolate new features and turn them on and off at will means you can move fast and still manage risk. But with great power comes great responsibility. Feature flags require careful planning and continuous management, just like your builds do. So let's discuss what CI and feature flags are. Feature flags are switches that let you change application behavior without modifying code. They are tools that enable you to deliver new features to customer quickly, safely, and without building or deploying new code. A feature is a collection of software functionality. It can be as simple as a new value in a display screen or as extensive as an entirely new set of capabilities in a mobile application. A flag is a variable that's either true or false. Your application code evaluates a banner and decides how to proceed based on its setting. So a feature flag is a variable that surrounds a feature and switches it on or off. CI is integrating your code early and often. Developers push new code to a shared repo, hopefully several times a day. Each new push is an integration that your automation system builds and tests. So CI offers many benefits. Your developers get feedback on their changes immediately instead of weeks after making them to a private branch and then finally integrating it. You find problems and conflicts early instead of as part of a risky merge that can take days to complete. However, issues are easier to address since you build each change and hopefully subject to automated tests right away. So CI hand in hand with continuous deployment and continuous delivery, when you combine your CI with immediate delivery, your developers enjoy an even shorter feedback cycle. At the same time, you have an application that's always ready to be delivered to your clients. So CI helps your team move fast. But without feature flags, that speed could become a liability. Let's look at a few reasons why. There's no such a thing as error-free code. Bugs will make it into your builds, and many of them will make it past your testing too. So you're going to integrate new features, and some of them aren't going to work. Without feature flags, you have three choices when it's time to fix them. Either roll back to the previous build, or code and integrate an emergency fix, or leave the broken feature in the wild until it's fixed in a regular release. How do you avoid the problems outlined before when you don't have feature flags? Oh, one way is to slow down on integrating code. Maybe the developer is waiting for the time to write more unit tests, or maybe the risk of releasing the new feature isn't worth it without adding in a few more. So the feature lives on a branch that isn't integrated. In other words, you've stopped implementing CI. If you want to stick with CI, you can try another approach. Verify your features in user acceptance testing. How long does that take? It depends on your features, your users, and your test plans. You may be able to quickly integrate code and deliver it to user acceptance testing. But your developers will miss out on getting timely feedback from production. What happens when a test fails? You have the same three choices as before. Roll the release back, code an emergency fix, or kick the can down the road. Either way, without feature flags, your code spends a lot of time in user acceptance testing instead of in front of customers. Feature flags add a belt and suspenders to your CI. The risks new features add are mitigated with toggles that manage when new code is turned on or off, but that power doesn't come for free. Flags are a way to turn a broken feature off. That's why they exist, to make it easy to enable or disable a block of code. They diminish the risks involved with introducing a new feature into a build. You have a new choice when a feature fails in a build, in testing, or in production. You can turn it off. But this ability comes with some costs. How long will that feature stay turned off? Have you created a block of dead code as an alternative to abandoned feature branch? When does a working flag transition into a permanent feature? This is a common concern with feature flags. They can quickly turn into a way to accumulate technical debt. Without process for managing a feature flag's life cycle, they can be a liability. Enterprise feature flag management platforms contain features that can help to easily track and manage a flag's lifecycle, allowing for the benefits of instant feature disabling with less potential for technical debt. Your developers are pushing code daily, often 2 or 3 times a day. They're getting valuable feedback and you're delivering value at a rapid pace. But it bears repeating. There's no such thing as error-free code. What happens when a build fails? What happens when that failure was because of a feature flag setting? How easy is it to toggle the feature and rebuild? How do you know which features to toggle? Feature flags are a tool for managing complexity, but they come with a cost. They can hide complexity, which isn't always good. They can also add to it since the features they are toggling may have interdependencies. The good news here is that enterprise flag management tools make it easy to visualize and work with the dependencies of flags within a build. So when you combine feature flags with CI, your velocity increases. New features can be pushed through the system quickly and sent to the clients that need them on a targeted basis. You can work with customers to test a new capability that they need or take advantage of a good working relationship and ask a client to work with you on new features. We've talked about what CI and feature flags are. We talked about how without feature flags, CI can come to a halt when new features become too much of a risk. Then we showed how adding feature flags to CI can make it easier to manage change. But flags aren't free. You need to have a plan for how you're going to manage them and a way to deal with the complexity that new features always add, regardless of how they are added to your code. An enterprise management system like CloudBees provides you with the tools you need to successfully integrate feature flags with CI. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the bell for more interesting contents, and thanks for watching.